Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Morning Zwifters, we are doing 500 metres of climb and it's cold. Jeff Partridge has got his jacket on in the conservatory. Hello Rob Harrison, Clive Finnemore, Burrows is there. Hi Amy, who can't join this morning. Steve Milne, good morning, says that I can't believe the weekend disappeared so quickly. So we're off in 10 seconds time. We'll do the Film My Run 500. A late one again this morning, 10:35 start. And off we go. It's a bit of a walk to the start, but we'll get moving. Rob Burrows from GB Ultras has gone off. Yeah, it's cold. It's cold this morning. Oh, everyone's disappeared. Look, everyone has disappeared off my screen, and there they are. They're all back again. That happens from time to time. We've got Kate Duddle with us. Lee Ryby has joined us today. Asprot from Germany. The Oat from, is it Thailand, I think? Oh, look, they've all gone again. internet issues. Not my side though. Right, Vote has decided he's not going to stand around for this walking malarkey, and he's off running. So good for him. The rest of us are sticking to the rules. I don't feel on it today at all. Steve Mills says, I need to find a way not to have work. It's very inconvenient. Yeah, I've only just managed that in the past couple of years, not having to work. I quite like it. We did Monaco yesterday, yes. I don't know about down here in Worthing, but where I was, up in a few miles north, we actually had snow yesterday. Right, let's get the elevation up. Let's get the incline up, guys. No, need to go down. Braking something. Breaking my treadmill. Right, we can do it. We can get back up again now. I'm gonna not quite get my full elevation in today. We've just started, and I'm not quite at 12. Amy says, I'm sat outside in the sunshine watching this, but it's very chilly. Right, I think we're all right now. I was crushing my table. My table leg was caught underneath the treadmill as it was going up. But we've got it sorted now. Right, we're on the way. We're walking at 12% incline. And we have started. We've got 4.12 kilometres to do. It's cold, but it is sunny. At least it's sunny. And my legs are aching. We'll get through it. Mark is here, Mark Mansueto as well. Rob Harrison, Jeff Partridge, Rob Burrows, Asbrook, Giuliani, Clive Finnemore, Lee Rivey and JS, also from Thailand. So we're sandwiched between two Thai runners. V Oat has gone off ahead and JS is behind us. Amy says it's lovely and sunny where she is. I think I was glad of the extra hour this morning. Basically just sat around drinking coffee in my dressing gown for that extra hour. How is everyone today? Are you all? Question mark. I've been having a few problems with Facebook over the past couple of days. It starts and then it stops. And I have to restart it. Don't know why. Yeah, same for me, Lee. Yes, coffee. I've had 4 cups of coffee and none of them have really kicked in yet. Yes, same for me. Coffee hasn't quite started me this morning. Rob Harrison is doing as many Zwift events as his body will allow today because he's got the day off. So, nice one. Get a few extra XP points with the Tour of Watopia. Don't forget, Tour of Watopia, double XP. So if you're wanting to level up over the course of the next few days, you will get double XP points if you do the Tour of Watopia events. There are shorter events, which are about 5k. There are longer events, about 15 kilometres. So if you can get... well, they're quite small cups, Monica. But yeah, I've had about 4 cups of coffee so far. I did get up at about 7:30 this morning, which I know is late for you. But considering it's 10:30, that's 3 hours worth of coffee. Nearly time to start a gentle jog. Anyone up for that yet? Question mark. Okay, let's go. 5.5 and let's start running. Through the arch and off we go. Let's get this Tuesday morning going, shall we? No stopping now till we get to the top, or to get to 500 metres. Oh, Leo, buddy, we are so sorry for you, mate. I know you'll get on there one day, but you look after yourself and your family, okay? Look after yourself and your family. That's the most important thing. Heart goes out to you, buddy. Couldn't think of anything worse happening. Makes it all seem pointless, really, doesn't it? What are we doing? Okay, heads up. Heads up, guys. Leo, don't you be sorry, buddy. Don't you be sorry. Just, you know, it makes it all... it gives you perspective, doesn't it? You know, just makes you think life is so short. And, well, I don't know what to say, really. Just a speck, aren't we? We are just a speck. You know, a little blip on the face of humanity. Each one of us. And, you know, we all matter incredibly to the people around us. We all are loved and love so much the people who are close to us. And then in the grand scheme of things, we all mean nothing, really, do we? We're just here for a brief moment and then we disappear. And, you know, just makes you think, sometimes it makes you think how important and valuable life is. And then also how fleeting and pointless life is in some ways as well. Buenaventura says, good morning, climbers. Andrew Cutmore says, good morning, Stephen. Congratulations for Monday. Yeah. I'm going to try not to talk... Shall I try not to talk about it, or do you want me to talk about it? There's not a lot to say really. PB yesterday, that's it really. Which is all good. You can never complain at a PB. At least there's talk. I'm happy, well, you know, as my wife reminded me yesterday, nobody's interested in your running. When the Ventura says, what PB? Right, well, I'm going to talk about it then. 200 metres to go to the arch, and then we'll speed it up a little bit. Yesterday, I went and ran outdoors. I know, don't shoot me, it's bizarre, but I went and ran outdoors, and I did a 5k race. Racing is back on, folks. Jeff Partridge reckons if I talk about it, there's more money for the beer fund. Yes, I guess that's true. I can't work out whether Buenaventura is taking the mick or not. Rob Harrison says I now owe £55 to the beer fund. It's gone up. So talking about my marathon PB, I was only charged £1 every time I talked about it. But now I've only done a 5k PB and I'm getting charged £5 every time I talk about it. It's not on. Andrew Cutmore wants some advice about treadmill running. Go for it, Andrew. If I'm honest, yesterday I was hoping to get a PB. I was hoping to get to just dip under 18 minutes, so 17:59. Didn't quite do it. 18:16. I could feel myself slowing down in like kilometres 3 and 4. I definitely slowed down a bit, and then I got back on it for kilometre 5. So yeah, 5k race PB. Knocked about 16 minutes off my previous time, so it's all good. Right, Andrew, yes, to ask me your question. Shut up, Partridge. Partridge says, was it a short course? Bloody cheek. Okay, time to speed up. Time to speed up. We've got Jet Partridge has to go double speed. Punishment. Thank you, Amy. Amy says you did amazingly well. Monica says life is so short and beautiful and hard. Yes. Who's Jeff? Says Jeff. Voice to text doesn't understand how to spell Jeff, unfortunately. Amy says my aim this year is to get my outside 5k time under 25 minutes on a regular basis. Well, I think you continue doing events like this and events like Wednesday workout interval sessions, then you will get there. You'll definitely get there. Thank you, Ace Ventura.
Nice.
Okay, so Andrew says, I really struggle to run quicker on the treadmill versus outside running. My legs are okay, but my arms move a lot quicker on the treadmill. Hope this makes sense. Feels like I'm working a lot harder with my top half. That's interesting. I've not really heard of that before, Andrew. You're on the Noble Pro, aren't you, Andrew? Lee Ryby says, I feel like I'm running in treacle in the real world. Ryan Perring, good morning to you. In all honesty, Andrew, I just don't know what to say about that. I mean, it can, in general, most people feel like it is a bit harder on the treadmill. And it might be that if you feel like it's harder on your upper body, is that to do with your breathing and tension? So are you more tense in your upper body, so relaxing your shoulders like I often say, and your neck and your back? Do you find that your breathing is worse? So that's obviously your heart and your lungs are upper body. Are you breathing more difficultly? Is it more difficult to breathe? What's your heart rate like, Andrew, on the treadmill? Is it higher than it is outdoors? So for the same speed, over the same distance, so say you did a 5k, say you did 5k outdoors in 25 minutes, what's your heart rate like for the same speed, over the same distance indoors? And have a look at that and see what you make of it. I mean, my guess is that your heart rate is higher. Is that because the room is warmer? You're not getting as much airflow across your face and your body to keep you cool like you would outside? Lots of things it could be. Jeff Partridge is saying over rotation. He's obviously seen another overhead view of my running style. Yeah, I mean, I always say it, I never do it, keep your arms and your legs pointing forward. So, rotation of your body wastes energy. So if you're moving your arms from side to side across your body, you're wasting energy. There does need to be a little bit of rotation, but not very much. So make sure your arms are pointing forward. Point your hands and your arms forward to drive you forward on the treadmill and outdoors as well. Monica says deep water pool running is really helping. Tina Beard says my 5k PB is 24:30, back before I had accidents and injury. My knee crumbles now when I run over 13 kilometers an hour, but I'm working on it. Good job, Tina. Yeah, just keep working on it. Slowly building your speed, doing regular interval sessions. Intervals are the way to go to get faster. So lots of slow running, but to get faster, you need to do interval training. So fast, slow, fast, slow. Okay, Andrew says, HR stays fairly low, rarely get out of breath on the treadmill, but I feel like my arms are heavier. Okay, so, I don't know, I am at a little bit of a loss, Andrew. Anyone else got any advice for Andrew, who's finding it more difficult to run on the treadmill? Even though his legs feel fine, it's his upper body. His arms are feeling heavy. He says he doesn't get out of breath. His heart rate is fairly low. Have you tried just dropping your arms down and shaking them about and relaxing them? Just try and relieve that tension in your shoulders. Just drop your shoulders, relax them as much as possible. Head up as well. Try not to Try not to lean in too much. You do have to lean in a bit when you're doing climbing like this. Buenaventura is looking forward to a good race with Clive Finnimore in the next video 5k on Friday. Another late one, I'm afraid, on Friday. Sorry about that. Not a lot we can do about it. Rob Harrison's suggesting to Andrew Cutmore it might be the position of his screen for watching Zwift. Have your screen higher up, perhaps, to lift your head a bit more so you're looking up at the screen a bit more. Okay, coming towards the end of our second kilometre now. Monica, 18 minutes 16 seconds. Official time on the results is 18 minutes 16 seconds. My watch stopped at 18:17, but I'll take the official result. Ah, that's good, Tina. Okay, so now Tina Beard says, now that I'm used to the Noble Pro, my effort feels the same indoors and outdoors. Great, that's how we want it to be. There are lots of ways lots of reasons that running indoors can feel harder than running outdoors. And it's quite difficult to make sure that you get all those things sorted out, like airflow, you know, windows open, fans on, those kind of things. But yes, brilliant. If you can get it so that your indoor speed feels similar in effort to your outdoor speed, excellent. Love it. Okay, here we go again now, speeding up again. Speeding up again now, guys. Keep your toes up, or rather your heels up. Speeding up again. Speeding. Heart rate 130. Cadence 166. Andrew Cutmore says, my screen is mounted similar to yours, Stephen. I just need to work on it. I think when you run indoors, you have fewer distractions than outside running. Maybe I'm thinking about form too much on the treadmill. Could be, yeah, maybe you're overthinking it, Andrew, yes. So I have my screen just about eye level. My screen is possibly a little bit too low. It could possibly be a couple of inches higher, maybe. Don't know. Amy says, I can't wait to get my Noble Pro. Richard says, great time, buddy. Watched it on Facebook yesterday. But he says, don't go on about it. Well, you see, if you lot don't keep mentioning it, I won't. It's your fault. You lot keep asking me. I'm quite happy to shut up about it. But secretly I do like it when you ask me. Tina Beard did 10k outside on Sunday, kept in zone 2. Pace was much the same as MHG lunch run, but with hills. Well done, Tina, good work. Clive Finnimore's heart rate is 122. Jeff's heart rate, 164. Yeah, that's high, Jeff. Oh no, Jeff's heart rate is 126. Cadence is 164. Ryan Perring says, as if you wouldn't talk about it anyway. Well, what I would do, Ryan, I would wait as long as I possibly could for somebody else to ask me about it. Because I know that somebody will probably ask me about it. And that then gives me a license to talk about it. As you know, nobody's interested in my running. No one's interested in your running. No one's interested in my running. The only people who are interested... Actually, even my wife isn't interested in my running. Other runners are the most likely to be interested in your running, but even other runners aren't really interested in your running. That's your social media rule for the day. I mean, it's lovely to share. It's lovely to share. But if we can all keep in the back of our minds that nobody's interested in our running, I think our social media lives will be a lot happier. Yeah, so I would wait until somebody asks me about it. And then, if nobody asked me about it with 10 minutes to go, then I'd mention it. Okay, heart rate 135. So, we are moving. Yeah, that's true, Ryan. She has to deal with me 24/7. And as we all know, I have no life other than running. What are you doing at the weekend? I'm running. What are you doing this week? I'm running. Jeff says not all of us asked about it. Yeah, quite right. And that's exactly what I would expect from you, Jeff. I'm quite happy for people not to ask about it. See, ultra runners are even worse. Ultra runners, we don't give it two flying hoots about anybody's running. Clive Finnemore says same as my wife. Yes, she has to deal with Clive's running every single day. Yeah. Ryan just quoting the famous meme there that gets spread across Facebook all the time. What are you doing in the weekend? Running. This weekend, next weekend, every weekend forever. Rob Harrison says, Victoria is the true hero, having to listen about Stephen's running 24/7. Oh, don't you worry about it. She does get hers in. If Victoria has run a PB, or if she's had a really good run, she's not afraid to tell me about it for a good few hours afterwards. Don't you worry about that. She gets her own back. I guess that's the good thing about having two runners in the house, is she gives as good as she gets. Jeff Partridge says, I was a runner before my wife met me, so she knew what she was getting into. Yeah, no excuses. You knew what you married. Deal with it. And Andrew says, are you going to upload your 5k PB? Yeah, what, on Strava? Yes, it's there. It is there. If you go to my Strava, it's the last run I did, well, after this one, today. Okay, just under 250 metres, and then we'll speed it up again for the last kilometre. Heart rate 138. So let's see if I can keep under 150 before the end of the run. Oh, not on video, Andrew, no. I did take a little bit of footage, but it's not enough to make a good video from. It's not, honestly, the footage I've got, it's just not worth making a video out of, to be honest. I'll have another look at it, but I don't think so. Rob Harrison says, I'd be told to pack my bags if I said deal with my running. Right, 100 metres. Yeah, it is hard to run with a camera during a 5k fast run. And the thing is, I did get somebody else to do some filming for me. Unfortunately, they weren't completely adept at using the camera. So they took, instead of taking video, they took quite a few photos by accident, which is a shame. So yeah, I don't really have any footage of me. I have one clip of me running, and then I've got a clip at the beginning and a clip at the end. I think it'd make for a video lasting about 60 seconds, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Up to 7 kph now. Final kilometre, 7 kph now. Enjoy. Come on, Lee, you've got this. Oh dear, yes, that is true, Jeff. Jeff says, I met my first wife at a running club. It was doomed not to last because she was faster than me. Yeah, you can't have your wife being faster than you. That's just it's not how it works. I need a professional Ryan photo, yeah. Well, there were photographers there, and again, I do have 2 photos of me. One photo of me starting the race, and one about halfway through. But my finish line photo is me obscured by other runners in front of me. Tina Beard has the right attitude. She says, I love running so much, I don't care who I bore it with. Quite right. We should just be allowed to talk about it and not care whether anyone's bothered or not. If we don't have any friends, then that's their loss. Right, less than a kilometre to go of the whole event now. 960 metres left. Ryan Perrick says, you mean you didn't win? Have you seen Foil, Arms and Hog on YouTube? I recommend looking up a comedy trio. They're an Irish comedy trio called Foil, Arms and Hog, I think. And they've got a great video of a man who's just finished a marathon. and he comes into his mate with his medal. He says, "I've just run a marathon." He says, "Why have you got a medal? Did you win?" He says, "No." "Oh, what have you got a medal for then? They give a medal to losers, do they?" Yeah, oh, Ryan knows them, yeah. They are funny, I love them. Richard Burrow says he watched the live stream yesterday, and this is the live stream of the real world running event that we did yesterday. Yeah, there was a girl, just as she passed my camera, threw up in the last 100 metres. She threw up right in front of the camera, and then she ran a bit further and threw up again. And the commentator, the master of ceremonies, he was saying she was his favourite runner. If you don't throw up in the last 100 metres of a 5k, then you haven't worked hard enough. Okay, 500 metres to go of this kilometre.
Nice!
700 metres to go total. Be the Tortoise is late to the party. Where have you been, Be the Tortoise? What time did you call this? He says, "Good morning, everyone."
Right on!
Heart rate 140. Hoping to keep it under 150. Rob Harrison says, "I'm bored about talking about running. Let's discuss politics instead." Can I answer that with one word? The first letter of that word is N. The second letter of that word is O. And then there are a few swear words after that. Yes, Amy. You need to, I mean, you know, in all honesty, I don't advise working yourself to the point where you're throwing up. So, but yeah, I mean, you need to finish a 5k if you're running a race. So if this is an all-out effort, a full-on, all-out, all guns blazing effort in a race. And let's face it, a race is the only place that you're really going to do that. Then you need to be so tired at the end that you fall on the ground and you can't get up again for a good couple of minutes. Just to get your breath back. Just to recover. If you're still standing at the end, you probably haven't worked as hard as you could. Probably not a great idea on the treadmill though. Okay, 400 metres left. I'll film my run 500. I will be back on tonight. Not sure what yet. But we'll have a look and do something tonight. Yes, Gary Robbins. That's it. Falling on the floor at the end when he was late to the gate. Well Well done, everyone, today. Full stop. Thanks for joining. See you on Thursday. Full stop. Fast as you like at the Arch. Oh, is that tonight, Angela? Angela says, are you doing the Tour of Watopia rookie run again? Yes, I am. I'd better check if that's tonight then. Okay, away we go. Last 200 metres, 8 kilometres an hour. Yeah, don't forget Clive's run at midday. Make Humanity Great Again. Club run, midday. So in about 40 minutes time, 45 minutes time. So yeah, Angela says, great job, are you doing the Tour of Watopia rookie run again? I am, and yes, I think you might be right, it might be today. So I need to just double check that at the end, so stick around at the end and we'll decide what we're going to do tonight.
Nice.
Heart rate 148, 149. Oh, look at that. I just hit 150. Okay, repack ridge for Clive's run today. So I got up to 150 beats per minute, just on 150. Angela says, good running everyone. Tina Beard says, see you at 12, Clive. And she's going out with the Real Running Club tonight. Yeah, Victoria is running with the Real Running Club tonight. So I shall be here. Right, let's have a look at tonight's events and see if there is a rookie run tonight, because I will be leading it. Tour of Watopia rookie run, there we go. Yeah, so I will be on tonight I've already booked in, look. So if you're new to Zwift running, come and join us tonight for that. 58 people so far doing that. 5.1 kilometres at 6 o'clock tonight, the Tour of Watopia Stage 2 rookie run. And I think I should be down as leader for that. Let me just double check. Oh, I'm not actually down as leader. Maybe I should get them to... I'll try and contact Zwift HQ and see if they can put me down as leader for that run. I'll do it, but if I'm going to lead, I need to be leader, because people don't take any notice if it's just text from the side. But if it's text up front, then it makes more of an impact. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to do the rookie run tonight. Whether I'm the official leader or not remains to be seen, because I haven't been put down for it yet. But yes, so take care all, says Be the Tortoise. Rob Harrison says thanks all. Amy says great running guys. And yeah, don't forget Repack Ridge for Clive's Tuesday Make Humanity Great Again run. That's starting in 40 minutes. We will see you tonight at 6 PM for the Tour of Watopia rookie run. Take care, thanks for watching, thanks for the chat. See you tonight, bye bye.